Hello, I am Tara from livingonadime.com with my faithful assistant Heidi. Today we are talking about our How to Save on Groceries e-course, which is on sale for 50% right now. Heidi printed hers out, but it is an e-course where we have videos with the ebooks, e-cookbooks, ebooks, e-cookbooks, and videos.
And videos, yeah.
It's a really good deal, guys. And actually, as we've been talking with Heidi, I'm like, man, we're really selling this too low.
We're like giving it away. Yes.
We really are. And so here's the thing. One of the biggest ways that people spend money is eating out. And so we're trying to get people to stop eating out quite so much. But you've got to replace eating out with something else. I mean, you still got to eat.
Right?
So one of the biggest things that Heidi and I do that we didn't realize so many people don't do, they don't eat their leftovers.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I have a story about this.
Free food.
Okay, I may be famous to y'all. Not really, but my neighbors don't know what I do. So one of my neighbors came over with her kids, and we're sitting on the deck, and the kids are all playing outside, and she proceeded to tell me the story of how her family won't eat leftovers. She threw away just this week an entire turkey. They ate one meal, an entire turkey, half of a pot roast, and spaghetti, leftover spaghetti.
Did you tell her how much that cost?
I didn't. As much as I could tell everyone out there in YouTube land what to do, I'm very non-confrontational. And I just said, you know what? One of my favorite things to do with leftover turkey is, and my family wouldn't eat that. Yeah.
Okay, so here's Mom and I's number one tip. We'll take some tips from Heidi because her kids have a non-traditional way that they use leftovers also, which is kind of interesting. But, well, let's just go ahead. Let's tell them yours first. Go ahead.
Okay, my kids eat leftovers for breakfast. And I have a reason. It wasn't always this way. But my big boys, all my kids hate school lunch. None of my 4 kids have ever had a hot lunch, ever. So then when my big kids get to middle school, they decide that the lunch is so horrible, but they're not allowed to go back to their locker, that they were just not going to eat lunch. So I thought they can't just have like breakfast foods because that's not going to fill them. So they were more than happy to have leftovers for breakfast. So I just always plan ahead, and it's really easy. I heat up the leftovers. They eat it. It keeps them full until they get home, and then they're like a nonstop eating machine.
Yeah.
the 2 teenagers.
Yeah. And you know, that's interesting because that's what Mike eats every morning for breakfast.
I don't love breakfast foods. I would much prefer to have a dinner.
Yeah, so half of us eat leftovers and the other half will eat breakfast foods. It just kind of depends.
Yeah.
You know.
And my kids love it. You know, if I make their favorite food and they know they get it for breakfast in the morning, they are literally happy about that. But we have never, I guess, from a very young age, my kids have always eaten leftovers. We get excited about leftovers. Like, we will fight over leftovers, put notes. That's mine.
Yeah.
We like leftovers. So it's just not an option. They just have never turned their nose up because I've always embraced it.
Yeah. And it tastes better the next day, I think, but
a lot of things do taste better the next day. Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing. So if you're not used to eating leftovers, that woman had to have thrown out $30 to $40 worth of food, at least. $30 to $40, guys. That's a lot of money.
Right to my house.
Bring them over to my house. As a matter of fact, I love turkey so much. I had thought about we're on this Nextdoor, it's called nextdoor.com.
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
You know what it is? It's so your neighbors, you have to live in a certain neighborhood to be a part of each, section. But I had thought about at Thanksgiving asking people for their turkey carcasses.
Because I'm sure you would have got them.
Because I love turkey soup so much. Turkey is probably my favorite meat.
Yeah.
And they leave a ton of meat on there. Boil the carcass, for people who are worried about germs, I'm sorry, no self-respecting germ will live overnight being boiled.
Yeah, no.
They won't. But, here's what we do. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the way how to say this. Okay, they're not leftovers. You're pre-cooking for the next meal.
Yes.
I don't look at them as leftovers. So when I make a turkey, I don't have leftovers. I am making a turkey so that I have turkey for turkey sandwiches the next day. I have turkey for turkey soup the next day. I have turkey for turkey casserole, which, by the way, on our website, we have tons of ideas on what to do with leftover turkey if you need the idea. But
turkey tacos.
Yeah. When I make a roast.
Any meat with taco seasoning.
I know, and it's good, isn't it? A
Yeah.
roast. I will make a roast the first night, beef stroganoff the second night, beef and noodles the third night, and if I have any left over, I will make beef stew the fourth night.
Yep. Definitely.
People look at them as leftovers, but you need to change your mindset and stop looking at them as leftovers, and instead you're pre-cooking for the next meal.
Yes. If your family still refuses to eat leftovers, you can do your part and you can eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just have to make less. But we got to get away from throwing all the food away, because Americans are throwing on average $1,500 worth of food away a year. And I think that's low.
I think that's way low.
So do I, because they say you throw away 40 to 50% of the food that you bring in your house.
Yeah.
Well, we spend more than $3,000 on groceries a year. So
I'm wondering if that's a person, because there is no way.
It's a person. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Is it a person?
Person.
So a family of 4 throws away $6,000 a year. That is how much I pay for my car.
That's over $1 million at retirement.
Seriously, guys, you are working and killing yourself at your jobs, or your husband is working and killing himself at his job if you're a stay-at-home mom. Just think, you could take off 10 to 15 years of work. 10 to 15 years of work just by not throwing away and wasting food.
By eating leftovers that you don't have to cook again.
They're
already cooked. You don't even have to slave away in the kitchen.
People ask, because I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, so by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm tired and I don't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I'm the same way. I don't either. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I'm done.
People are like, well, how do you spend 15 minutes? And I do not spend more than 15 to 20 minutes on dinner. I truly don't. Now, it may be simmering or it may be in the oven.
Yeah.
But actual physical part on my part, I never spent, well, okay, I shouldn't say never, but 99.9% of the time when I'm in the kitchen, it is 15 to 20 minutes or less. And usually it's on the or less side, like 10 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to throw a roast with a can of condensed cream of mushroom soup. Or if you want some seasoned salt with some onions or garlic on there, it literally takes 2 minutes. Put it in a pan, put it in your oven, put it in your Instant Pot, put it in your crock pot. Then I just chop it up, and it takes 10 minutes to just throw the beef stroganoff together. So really, once again, I think it's an excuse. People just are making excuses, but really, stop looking at it as leftovers. Stop looking at it. You need to start taking dollar bills out of your wallet and throwing it away with those leftovers. And you might start registering how much you're throwing away. Yeah. And here's a thing that might help people to get over this, because we try to have practical tips to get people to start registering how much they're spending. That every time you throw away something in your kitchen, like that's a food item, keep a notebook just right there by the trash can. $5, $10, $3. You know about how much you spent on this stuff and how much is left.
Yep.
Write it down. When you go out to eat and you don't take those leftovers home, there's $25, there's $50. right there, because a family of 4 could easily throw away $50 worth of leftovers if they go to a sit-down restaurant, if they have 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah.
I see plates full of food all the time, completely, hardly touched, that are just thrown away at restaurants. So you've got to start registering that in your mind, how much food you're actually throwing away. So anyway, so that's our tip for this one, is to stop looking at it as leftovers, start looking at it as pre-cooking for your next meal. The description below is our How to Save on Groceries e-course, which is 50% off right now. Go grab it. We
Grab
will
it.
see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.